Welcome back, travelers. We're gonna finish up the Forgotten City. So this is gonna be part 2, part final. I tried real hard last night. I put in 10 hours straight. I was promised this was a 6-hour game, and it ended up being maybe like an 11-hour game for me. Because I'm gonna go, look, if I go to freaking how long does it take to beat.com? That's a website. We go there and let's take a look. The Forgotten City. Six to 10.5 hours. 10.5 for completionist, main story 6. So that explains it. That's why it's taken me 10 hours, because I'm sort of a completionist. Sorta, kinda. I would be more of a completionist if I lived forever, but I don't. Like, I like completing stuff, but I know it's a complete waste of time. Right, so we have to we got the crown from Persephone, and we have to convince Ozymandias to put down his scepter and step away from the throne. But it sounds like we're gonna need some help, and that's gonna require us talking to the philosopher under the cave.
Help! You have to do something.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Thank you.
I'm actually gonna start this loop over because I started on a bad note. She looks like that witch from Hocus Pocus, the one that's always doing this face. You know what I'm saying? She looks stupid.
Hear what? What?
Yeah.
The shrine is.
Wall. Let's start to stay over. Actually, no, we're not turning you to gold. This guy deserves one right in the head.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Son of this.
Damn. Unflinching. There's an achievement to read 10 pieces of graffiti. That means there's a lot of graffiti. I could kill him right now and do the paradox too. Alright. Let's start this day over. We'll make Gradius 5 do all the good stuff. We'll go talk to the philosopher. This is going to be a perfect run. Yep.
I'll go.
All those things. Off with the... See, I don't need the money once he knows the secret about Malleus, because he can say release them. That's why I get to keep all my... Or maybe I do give away my money. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, where is it?
Ah, a fellow traveler from a faraway land.
Bruh.
No time to explain. Go!
All right, I'll be in my bakery.
What if I go in there?
Hilarious.
Oh shit. Well, that's what happens. Hey, you know, I also discovered where the top of the Sistine entrance is. It's behind the Grand Temple. Ugh. We gotta go talk some philosophy real quick. We gotta sock it up. That's what the kids say. They gotta sock it up. Doing that Socratic method. And when they're no cap, they're softies. They're sophists.
Welcome.
Okay.
May I ask?
You're going to explain that the exertion of power required a creative to result in tyranny. Yeah.
I was indeed, but we've never met before, have we?
That's pretty funny.
I'm sure I would have remembered. Blessed Lissa, am I losing my memory? Oh, that's a relief. For a moment, I thought it was I who was touched by madness.
How would you persuade the god of the
I
underworld?
assume you're asking me this as some kind of amusing hypothetical.
Sure.
The way you say that, you met him, didn't you? Why didn't you just say so? I'm only too happy to help.
Because you didn't believe me a second ago, you fucking piece of shit.
I'd want to know about his reasons for imposing the golden rule and what he considers a sin.
Time loop.
Expose some internal inconsistency in his reasoning, some degree of hypocrisy. I might be able to compel him to change his position. But as a philosopher, the saddest truth I ever learned is that all but the most enlightened opponents are more easily swayed by appeals to emotion than by reason. So the easiest path would be to find his emotional susceptibility.
Oh, so piss him off.
Exploit it. If he was vain, I might try to flatter him. If he was merciful, I would try to evoke pity. As a last resort, I might figure out what he fears losing above all else, and, if I could, threaten to take it away. Though, of course, that could easily go awry. Now, go quickly while my words are still fresh in your memory.
There you have it. You would look for hypocrisy, but emotions are easier to trigger than logical reason. So placate it. If he's vain, compliment him. If he's merciful, beg him. What the fuck? Oh, that's the assassin being killed. Yep, there he is. No one even gives a shit. Oh, you know, it would have been nice if there was some zip lines that went up, but I understand why there won't be. Or at least a auto run. Holding down shift to run is old. We want to. This is the path to get to Tied Up Girl. Septilla. All right, let's do this. So this is the first door. It's gonna be Roman. Roman room. This is a Greek room. Here we are in ancient Egypt. Naturally. And Sumatra. Whatever their style is. Alright. This is for all the scruples. I did not expect this when I first walked in here. That they're just basically Justice League Olympians. They fight with the planet Apocalypse and Darkseid. This is ridiculous. Actually, we can enter photo mode if that's something else I was messing around with. Look at this. We kind of cheat our way around. Check out this Halo map. This new Halo multiplayer map. Dude, he's got a ship over there? Yeah, he does. Look at this thing. We're in a spaceship. It's wild. This looks like The Empire Strikes Back. Here, let's do this. Alright.
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. Nergal to the Sumerians.
Yeah.
Constant. And I've been watching. And what is that there will be.
This guy talks too much. That's what we learned last night.
I would recognize that anywhere. And yet my beloved still wears hers. What is this? How did you come by it?
I took it from her after I killed her in another timeline.
You vile, despicable creature. Why would you do such a thing? And worse still.
To flex my power. I didn't want to, but if you don't put an end to the golden rule, I will do it again. Aghast.
You have put me in an impossible position. If I refuse, you will murder her. And yet, if I agree, I will lose my wager and return to Elysium, humiliated and alone.
Well, what's it gonna be?
I do not see that I have a choice in this. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species' true color. And I see that Proserpina was a fool to have ever believed in you at all. This has gone on too long.
Intimidate the creator of the golden rule. Psycho.
Let go this form of her, of all of you.
That's not the ending I'm going for, but I wanted that.
Journey for Elysium. Neither she nor your kind may ever ascend. Very well. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time. Now, are you ready?
Let's get this over with.
You had best pray our paths never cross again, mortal.
Well, I persuaded him. The Herculean task. but it makes a paradox. So. Look, it's Al.
Oh.
The hiker.
Hi there. Gave me a bit of a...
Yeah, I know you're Al.
Well... Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after? Unfortunately for us, apparently there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here.
20-something.
In fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule.
Yeah.
They believe that if even one person sinned,
Yeah.
one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a
That's
dying
me.
woman,
See?
preventing the suicide of a man in debt bondage, foiling an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him.
Yep.
Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this
They
mysterious
ascended.
oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Actually, that was me.
What? Oh, I see.
Yeah, I am serious.
I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
Right behind you. Alright, let's get back to that river.
I'm gonna
Yeah, I
go
know.
on ahead.
I know. I don't think that's gonna work, but good looking out. Get a nice picture here. It's a really nice place. Isn't it though? Alright. That's called a grotto. Grotto.
You're back! But... why don't you tell me what you just...
You know who I am. Or wait, you don't.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can just call me Charon, if you like. I am sorry I was not completely... I do not... That most people find comfort in familiarity, in gradual change, and...
Yeah.
You can... That my... You can... I... That my... You... I... That my...
Okay, alright.
Oh, well... There... I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Sure, Karen.
Look! Here comes Al now! Al! It's so good to see you.
Kinda lost track of time in there. And there was a tablet describing an oracle.
Sounds like quite a story. You two look exhausted.
Sounds good.
And you...
Alright. Do I get a tablet from her? No. Oh, look at this. 1 year later. Ooh, we're in a museum. It's not how they did statues. Nice. Oh, mosaic. Private member wing. Currently exhibiting ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, and Sumer. Wow. Convenient.
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. I read your book, and what the critics
It
said.
looks like Virgil.
I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you, I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there?
Okay.
I'll catch up with you at the other end.
Ooh. Ancient Roman statue of an unknown man. Inscrutable pose. One warns, the other welcomes. Wow.
Oh, hello.
There he is.
What?
You're finally here. Remember me?
What the hell?
It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Charon appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance at life.
That's fucking wild.
Oh, I used Charon's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
And internet porn? What do you think about that?
I know. I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, count me in.
Of course, there's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you, so you better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
The Oracle. Assemble as many people as possible in the museum. Ah, I did it. I guess that's because I saved everybody with his gullibleness and optimistic nature.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you. So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work. I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels
sacrilegious
to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting. We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside with room for a large family. And Dooley too, of course.
Of course.
Feels like the world has just opened up for us. There's so much to learn, and so many more possibilities for our children than we ever imagined. We're just so thankful for what you did for us. For all of us. Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere. If you'd
Yeah,
like
I'll
to
talk
ask
to her.
for yourself. See you at the wedding, I hope.
See, none of these people know me. In theory, they could have known me if I talked to them. But all I had to do was deliver the message to Galerius. I didn't actually have to talk to anybody else. But I could have. I think they're playing off that. A relief depicting a great circular portal in Persephone from goddess of the cycle of life, renewable. Yeah, we saw that.
Hello, I'm Dooley.
Yeah, I know.
Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it. I live at Galerius and Equitia's house. They look after me now and help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth.
And not choking people to death.
Treasure? Oh, I forgot about that. I like my box now. Galerius got me a box that tells stories.
TV.
It's my favourite thing.
Of course, television. Glad you're happy. Story boxes.
Bye Bye-bye.
Look at Dooley. Why does Dooley have such fashionable kicks? Fancy dress. Nice, what is that, 1,000 threaded silk?
It's you.
It is I. Look at this dude.
Hey.
Hi there, I'm Horatius.
I could tell.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life. And reuniting Scintilla with us as well. So, thank you. I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The world's changed a lot. But some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca. Still, I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides. Ah, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever.
That's a good quote. Epictetus? I'm glad you're taking your copium pills. Just rub it in. What happened to your buddy Dominatus?
He's not my... I see what you did there. Good one. He had more trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome.
Naturally.
Suppose it appealed to people's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out. And his life along with it. You know what they say.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Die by the sword.
Damn, Horatius has all the good quotes locked in. I just have to use him as my... I got an answer for everything, dude.
You're not wrong. And you. Farewell.
I like how they put his shield and helmet on display that were in his little hut.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and you're the couch surfer?
Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius after what happened. I'm not sure if you heard, but after you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time. But he's been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is, we'll never see him again. Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do whatever I please. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians everywhere.
It's not wrong.
He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the
Ouch.
world. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind until the end of time. Eternal torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Holy shit. I mean, yeah, he was a piece of crap, but he wanted everyone to be trapped down there in his little fiefdom. And trapping his own daughter and everything. Yeah, I guess it's fine. He did tell me once he wanted to live forever.
Then I suppose he got his wish. You too. See you around.
Looking good. What do we got here? We got some oddly dark feet. I don't know why her feet are so dark. We'll take it up. We'll chalk it up to lighting. Some nice boots. Gore-Tex even.
You're the Oracle, right?
Yeah, I saved your life.
Oh, of course. Sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation. Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was.
Yeah.
Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed?
Oh,
and
yeah.
You can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable. Oh, sorry, you already know all that, of course. I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about. I have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are.
Yeah, you get used to it.
One day.
Trust me, sometimes there's more mystery in not knowing that there's stuff out beyond the sea. I think you guys had a little bit more charm.
Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital. As for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word?
Schadenfreude. Pleasure in someone's misfortune. I'm a huge Schadenfreude. It's a part of my DNA. I fucking love seeing people get their just desserts.
I couldn't agree more. Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some exotic place called... what was it? Nigeria? Some people have all the luck.
Yeah, don't worry. Tell me something tells me you're gonna get what she's going to get what she deserves.
Well, you are the Oracle, so I suppose I'll take your word for it. Huh. I feel better already.
Propose before you even met her. The old Nigerian prince scam. Took all her money. Doesn't exist. That's funny. Welcome to the new world. Anybody can just say they're a prince. It's not against the law.
You too! If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Should be fun.
You are here. It's nice to finally meet you.
Hey.
Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd never leave us alone. Speaking
They would never believe it.
I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off. So... I'm studying to get into medical school. As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep saving the world, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time. You too, don't be a stranger.
I mean, there's still a kind of underlying question that hasn't been answered yet. Like, So what the fuck happens when you die? Is there an actual afterlife? It just kind of brushes that away like it's an atheistic answer. When you die, there's nowhere to go. The only other option was a space god that left the planet if you had a coin.
Hello.
Greetings. You must be the legendary oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius.
So let's see. Let's wrap up what happened to the shitty people. There's only one left that we don't know about. Malleus is in an insane asylum. The two-eyed scoundrel. His wife is drinking herself to death. Aurelia, the barkeep, got swindled by a Nigerian prince. Septius, the magistrate, is the only encased in gold for eternity, and the only one left behind in that place. So, oh, and Dominus got killed after starting an underground fight club. So these are all like super justified ends in a way, but the only one left is that weasel that was selling the potion. That's the sixth bad person. We'll see what happens.
I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that I am most grateful. I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it.
Yeah, it's not so great these days.
Heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
Consider me there. Also, I'm glad to see you're wearing adult male clothes.
You too, my friend.
And not your wife's dress.
You're the one we've been waiting for. I'm Fabia.
Hi.
I wanted to say thanks for sending Galerius to save my life. I don't know how you knew, but I would have been crushed by that shrine for sure.
Yeah, sure. I like your Fred Flintstone outfit with your she looks like she's from the Flintstones. She's even got the comedic large pearls of Welma.
I'm just so happy to be here with you and everyone together again, even if it's just for one more night. Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy. Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at memes while binging TV shows in yoga pants.
Oh shit.
What a time to be alive.
Baking, memes, TV, yoga pants. Yeah, that's about it.
Thank you. I really am. You too.
Hey. This guy made it out too. So maybe that African guy got out. The Egyptian guy.
Wonderful to see you again.
Yeah, of course you'd wear a bow tie and a vest.
Oh, and by the way, I go by Philip now. A fine Greek name. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive.
Philip.
And it seems I have your catabasis to thank for it.
Catabasis?
I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need
Cambridge.
the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
I don't remember where Cambridge is. It's either on the East Coast or in the United Kingdom. Where the hell is Cambridge? I should know this. Cambridge University. It's England. Yeah, I thought so. That was my first guess. He is British sounding anyway. It makes sense if they were over there. It's kind of weird for the people that might end up in the US. Ulia was, I think, the only one that's living in New York.
Aha! You remember that? I have to admit, I have been profoundly impressed by the advances humans have made these past 2 millennia. The sum total of human knowledge available at our fingertips, miraculous modern medicines, and a series of prosperous democracies. Your contemporaries have come further toward utopia than I ever thought possible, though there's still a way to go.
Yeah, I'd say so.
My sincere thanks once again.
He's looking at his home. His little bed that he had. What's he doing here? Octavia.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
The general caretaker.
I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it.
Oh, right, she's Christian.
I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber, not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor. After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him. Thank you. That means a lot. And you. Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for a drink after this, if you'd like to join us.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'll see you soon.
Count me in.
Good evening.
She's wearing slip-ons. That dress? Interesting.
Greetings.
Ah, Olivia. The, underworld hag.
Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all. In all the time I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium.
You think this is Elysium?
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while, at least until I'm well enough to be independent again.
You are an elder.
Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now. I'm already up to the 19th century, and am quite enjoying the work of a fellow named Poe. I think I may have found a kindred
Edgar E. Allan?
Men have called me mad, but the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence.
Well said. Ah, good to see you, Trenchcoat Liv.
Farewell, friend.
He's got some interesting hand grip going on there. Some mangled claws, man. Look at those fucking hands. They couldn't have given her a more subtle, tiny hand. Like these fucking goblin claws. Jesus, lady. Are you gonna steal children and eat them?
Some soiree, innit? Ah, hello at last. You must be the oracle I've heard so much about. I'm Dacius.
This guy, I don't know why he's here. He basically threatened to kill me by bees. Allowed Yuvia to be killed with poison.
Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, I'd never been able to sell all those useless old relics I accumulated. Whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you. Most gracious of you. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice, you being the Oracle and Future Seer and all that, on which stocks I should invest in next.
This is...
decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend?
This is the exact type of person I imagine when I think of stock market trading. Just the sleaziest dirtbags. Fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling, and firearms.
Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
DVD rentals have a bright future. Broadcast television is going to be the next big thing. Print media is going to make a huge comeback. They're all lies. Let's screw him on this one. Broadcast television.
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm going to make a bloody fortune.
Yep.
Of course, don't let me keep you. Thanks again for the tips, my friend.
I don't know why he thinks I like him. It's Kabosh. And he's wearing a human skin jacket.
To finally meet you, Oracle.
He's going for that Bruce Springsteen look, early 1969.
You know my name? Oh, of course. You are an oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous.
Oh yeah? It's not heathenistic.
For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world. It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I had some fun.
Deny me access to the afterlife.
Indeed.
So he's gonna let his hair down.
Thank you, Oracle.
What is up with this jacket? Dear God. I'm going to go backpacking. Alright. Aha. Aha.
Nice to meet you.
Rufius next to Virgil.
I go by Rufus now. New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, far from where he grew up. It's very modern. Destroyed
Rotterdam.
and it rebuilt itself. Good place for a fresh start. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet.
Where's Rotterdam? Holland in the Netherlands. Sounds about right. Yeah, Rotterdam. It's the dam on the river. Second largest city in the Netherlands. After Amsterdam. Province in South Holland. Okay.
Huh. Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones everywhere. Got to stay vigilant. You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
I got friends all over the world now. Looking sharp.
Hello.
You guys are matching. That's cute. Wearing the exact same thing, different colors. She's standing the same way too.
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there. And
it's a long ending.
Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past that, he's a lovely fellow.
I thought talking to old Hades was a long ass end.
I'm studying to be an architect again and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam, just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets full of educated, accepting people. You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are. You too, as Rufus said in his own laconic way. If you're ever in the Netherlands,
laconic,
I'd love to show you around. It's the least we could do.
What do we got here?
Hello there.
Oh. Damn, looking good.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me, and that monster got what was coming to him.
Monster god? Oh, yeah. Wow, the goddess Persephone came herself to get you?
Mm-hmm. I'm living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's even more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us. You can try some of our very own wine. Thanks.
Gabriella. Umbria. Remembering the new names is gonna be hard. Umbria. Italy. Central Italy. Includes Lake Traimeno, and Marmor Falls. So they're staying in Italy.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Ulpius.
Yeah.
I understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake.
Well, actually,
be forever in
I've watched you do it several times.
I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of. It'll be a little while before we know what we're doing, but every day I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope?
I heard his pee hit the mic.
All of this. So we're living each day to the fullest. And we end them all the same way. Sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, well, I mean, your situation's 1 in like 20 billion. What are the chances that trying to kill yourself in an afterlife world would result in you being basically released 2,000 years later with a shitload of money to purchase and do whatever you need to do? That's not going to happen. That's not a message to stop yourself from suicide. That's a message that only works for you. But
thank you.
Glad you're happy.
I
Could you imagine if the suicide prevention hotline was like you shouldn't kill yourself. Why not? Well, you don't know. What if like any moment now some gods send you forward through time and it's a utopia and you live with your favorite love interest and all the money you could spend.
You too.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's likely to happen. Damn. Really opens up in here. I just put everything, all the assets in a display case. What the fuck? Oh, it's a statue.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Karen? Oh. Persephone.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Persephone, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention.
So Al accepted all this without question? How would he... Why would Al ever believe any of this shit that's going on? That these people are from 2,000 years ago. She was once a god.
Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
Yeah, whispering and not hearing your own self is kind of hard.
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him the prayer required to create a portal in my shrine. I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power, and so I put a safeguard in place. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be used selflessly to help others. What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated memories from each previous day, and as a veteran soldier, he had long since shed his fear of death. He quickly discovered that he could, in effect, prolong his own life indefinitely by exploiting the cycle. Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him, and there was little I could do but wait for someone like you to come along and see him for what he was. We were all fortunate you came along when you did.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day.
Interesting. Is that like a hint at a sequel?
And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Yeah.
Good, because they remember you. Well done, my friend.
Oh, shit.
Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned, none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
Reach ending 4-4. The canon ending. Wow. I guess that's why it's far and beyond 1, 2, and 3. Like the gap between 3 and 4 is tremendous, and that's why what you have to do to get to the ending, what they give you at the ending. So, does that mean Persephone wants to hook up? There he is, Nick Pierce. Apparently, he was a regulatory strategist at a billion-dollar company. He joked, yeah, nobody knows what that means. I talk about it at barbecues. There's no follow-up questions. And he gave up a 10-year career in a billion-dollar type industry to do something artistic. I guess lucky for him, this was kind of a successful launch. I don't know what else he's done. We'll look that up soon. We got the voice actors here. I'm not a huge voice actor knowledge-based person, so I don't know if I'll remember anybody from anything. I like that they have their pictures. That's something I've never seen in credits. A lot of older people. Okay. Office and Happiness Manager, Julia Bada. Oh, let's just continue. Message from the devs. We hope you enjoyed The Forgotten City. We'd love to make even better games in the future. Recommending the city to a friend. Yeah, I will, of course. It's a good game. I'm okay. I don't follow even my favorite projects. Here's what I want to do, though. I do want to see if we can convince Hades without the crown. Also, I wanted to show you this. There's filters. And look at the names. Papyrus, embossed, old film, black and white, western, Mad Max. It's supposed to be, you know, MAX. It's hard to tell here. It looks good on out on the surface. The metrics, like the Matrix, Las Vegas. I don't know. That's a Fallout. Hellish. Game Child gets Game Boy. Mosaic. I like the Game Boy one. Comic. So. Alright, let's see if we can do it.
That is merely the name you're... Very well. Good. Only it is when I... Charon.
If that is true, then I sense...
How did you come to be... That would explain why you first appeared in her shrine. But...
It's okay.
You would have me believe that all this time she has been deceiving me, and that you are the pawn she has chosen to undermine me?
Yep.
Then she has chosen poorly, because you are clearly a fool. However, you will make a fine statue.
That's it. It goes straight to that.
First you betray her trust. Now you plan to kill her. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Just gonna fucking pro league this.
Impossible.
Take out Emperor Palpatine here. Oh, they're already gold, so I gotta use the wooden bow. What if I turned to gold while I was putting him in a headlock, like a choke headlock? Alright, I think we're good. I think we've gotten everything we need to. Let's go to the boards. Let's take a look at the screen share. Show me Steam. Excellent. Achievements. Wow, there's only 5 that I didn't get. What could those be? Oh no, there's 5 hidden. Read 10 graffiti, yeah. Talk your way through every possible confrontation. I don't know what that could be. Lie. This one would be crazy. Finish the game without looping through time once. You'd have to do everything. I don't even know how that's possible. I guess it's just finish the game. That's just to get an ending, right? It doesn't mean you have to get ending 4. Yeah, I guess so. The easiest way to do that would be what? Time paradox? Get the bow, shoot Sepetus, and then there's minimalist reach the best ending with the smallest number of loops, which we don't know what that is. Interesting. Alright, let's go to the community hub. So, what do I think of this game? Really good. I love these types of games. They do go a little slow. Sometimes I want a little more RPG-ness to it, but I do enjoy the story and the mystery, even if it unravels a little quickly, meaning I discover stuff a little faster than I would expect. Let's go reviews. Although it wears its Skyrim roots on its sleeve, the Forgotten City manages to both improve on its origins and carve out its own identity. Yes. Very good. Learned a lot. I mean, there is some historical stuff in there. Pretty basic historical stuff. I think I maybe learned a few things. 1 or 2. Cool time loop mystery in an ancient city. Where almost, yeah, that's the premise, buddy. I guess the better a game gets, the less people have to say. Because what's to say? There's nothing to correct. It's just, damn, it's fucking good. You could go into detail about why it's good, but I don't know. Hate's a stronger passion when something's bad. It has everything which I love. Amazing story placed in ancient world, mystery with plot twists. There were plot twists, yeah. I did not expect, I didn't know what happened to Septilla. I wasn't sure until the very end. I wasn't expecting quite a few things, so that's cool. Music, dialogue, and of course the loop with the groundhog they experience is map to travel. I guess a map could have been nice. Spanish. What? Not a game that requires much thinking or gives many choices. You can waste time talking to every NPC with the exact same dialogue options, or just do the very obvious thing to help them. There is very little to find by exploring, and no room for player expression. He has a small point, meaning that if you're not curious enough to just envelop yourself in this world and learn about these characters, then yeah, you could just go to every single person and try and speed run the answer to help them. But I think he's missing the point of this type of game. The point of this type of game is to talk with people. That's kind of the point of the game. Like, yeah, exploring is not going to find you too much. What are you going to do with it? Like, I was surprised you got a bow at all. I was surprised there was even zombies to avoid. That was more than I was expecting. Very little to find by exploring. Player expression. No, not a lot of player expression. iSequence broke the game and bugged several NPCs into not speaking to me until I looped again. Best thing about it is that it's very short and didn't waste too much of my time. Well, I don't know, Cocaine Jesus. I think maybe you're just missing the point. You just don't get it. You think it's a different kind of game than it is. Eagerly anticipated new book or edible treat that you put aside until the right occasion when you can savor it fully. I bought it because of the premise. A forgotten city doomed to a cycle of destruction, reset, recreation. If anyone commits a sin, sounded so intriguing, a bit like a sexy, brutal game. The sexy brutal game? What the fuck is a sexy brutal game? I gotta look that up. Better computer to do it justice. Yeah, characters, voice acting, mysteries, light and brutal dark stories. Sexy brutal game. I'm gonna look that up. So, Sexy brutal. Let's copy that. Right. Interesting. Blah blah. Absolute must play for fans of mystery and adventure games. Phenomenal. Don't think I've ever played a game more creative. Mystery, a story, and action. Smart, well written, visually appealing. Forgotten City was an interesting mystery to solve, but overall I did not enjoy the game. Okay, I guess that's fine. 6 hours on record. Steen, you passed the fair enough test. Things that made it difficult. Upvote, but problems. I like these. It's difficult. It's somewhat difficult to move the story forward because not all clues trigger a quest log. Update. That means that some discoveries you better remember who they were for, because if you don't, the story might not progress. That, I mean, to me, that says that maybe Computer Condom has the memory of Dooley. Because there's not a lot of people in this. This is barely a city. It's like a neighborhood. If you can't remember the people in this town over the course of a 6-hour game, yeah. The dialect tree is not always the most intuitive. in the sense that it's not always clear if your clue opened up any new dialogue options. Best way to find out is to check every option you've previously selected to see if a new dialogue is available. But I don't think anything new actually really opens up. I think what he's trying to say is that, like, if you pick something that's now grayed out as a choice, is there going to be a new option behind that? And that's only true for maybe 3 characters. Epicus, Sepetus. Like, a handful of characters. The ones that have continuing dialogues going on. And yeah, I guess they could have done something with that. But yeah, Computer Condom, I don't know, man. 9 hours. What are these? What's with these names? Computer Condom? Antichrist? Cocaine Jesus? The fuck's wrong with people? Not much to read. Let's go to the artwork. Very nice. This isometric by Bio. Damn. High level Steam Warrior. I don't know if he made that. Someone's taking some sepia sky shots. This looks like they zoomed out so hard with the fisheye lens that it started to do this. Someone made a comic about the zip line. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. The only thing left to do now is to look up this game. The Sexy Brutal. Huh. Puzzle, adventure, mystery, indie, detective. The Sexy Brutal never-ending masked ball featuring intrigue, murder, and the quite possible occult relive the same mysteries day where the guests at the casino mansion are being murdered by the staff over and over again. Well, it's similar to Life is Strange, Outer Wilds. Okay. Very positive. Cavalier Games. Tequila Works. That's all they've done. I'll add it to my wish list. See, that's why you gotta read the comments sometimes. Maybe you'll find a little thing like this. Could be good. Looks okay to me. Alright, not much else to say. That's it. That's all we got going. 1 hour, 19 minutes to wrap up a 10-hour game. So 11 hours. Not ideal. I would have liked those split if I could, but we play what we can when we can, and we don't really get to have a set hard schedule for everything. So thanks for joining me. Yeah. I'll see y'all later. Peace.